Okay, thank you for taking the time to watch my video today. Today is about time management. This quarter for language arts you are required to read 650 pages, which just thinking about that seems like a lot, but if we do some math, actually it's not as overwhelming as you think. And so this reading calendar is a technique that you can use to help you manage the process of making sure that you have all of your reading done for the quarter, so when you go take the accelerated reader test or you do a project, you are 100% prepared. This also helps out students that tend to be procrastinators. For me, as you can see in this example on this PowerPoint slide, it shows last year, February 2016. For me, this actually was created for me when I first came up with this idea, because I was getting frustrated with myself that I was not finishing books during the school year with everything else that's going on. Sometimes reading takes a kind of a back seat to all my other priorities, which obviously my job is the most important thing, but I wanted to push myself, and instead of just saying, hey, I'm going to read 20 minutes a day, instead I created a reading calendar, and I wrote down what page number I was on. So on the second day of February, I was on page 180. I wanted to finish this book by the end of the month. And so all I did is took how many pages there were total, how many days I had of the month of February left, and did the math, and it ended up being not that bad. When I did the math, I had to read 7 pages per day. And of course, the books that I read, I usually take notes. So 7 pages is going to take a little bit more than what it's going to take for you guys reading novels and such. But this is a great technique. When there's a plan in place, results will occur. So when you actually create the target, when you write down the specific page number that you need to be on that particular day, Friday the 6th, you need to be on page 201, and you have this calendar hanging up on your refrigerator or bulletin board, it forces you to make sure you get the job done. Now here's the deal. If you're like me, on a Friday night, the last thing I want to do is read. I want to go home after a long week. I want to relax. So a lot of times I will double up on a Thursday night, and instead of reading those 7 pages, I'm going to read 14 pages so that I don't have to on Friday. Or if I know there's something particular that's going to happen on a Saturday night, let's say it's my dad's birthday and I want to hang out Saturday night, I don't want to have to read that day, then I double up. And that's another thing you can do. Read ahead. Read as far ahead as you can so that you have that ability to not read on certain days. Of course, you should want to read every day, but there are going to be times where your schedule does not allow for that. So this reading calendar is a great way for you to manage your time, manage your reading. When you break things down into smaller chunks, it makes life a lot easier. And all you have to do is go to a website like this one. And as you can see here, there are free printable calendars for any month, any year really, and you just print them off and do the math, figure out how many pages you have to read per night, go ahead and write down the actual page number for each day throughout the whole month, and just the most important thing to do is follow through. If it says tonight you need to be on page 201 of your novel, then make sure you get the job done. And if you follow through on this, reading is going to be a lot easier, and it's not going to be as stressful as it was before. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at doug.panfalone@lakotaonline.com. Thank you for watching the video.